Throughout London's Diamond District, one question is being asked by everyone. How did they do it? CNN has a photo which answers at least part of the question. The method of entry. The person who snapped this doesn't want to be identified and says it shows the roof and the lift shaft running through the building of the Hatton Garden Safe Deposit Company. It shows new bricks and wet mortar, strongly suggesting this was repaired after thieves smashed their way in through the wall. But this was just the beginning. They then had to get down through the building to the underground vault, cut their way through that, and only then get to work on the safety deposit boxes. And how did they avoid the alarm system? Norman Bean believes they didn't. He's a long-time jewellery maker who uses one of the vault safety deposit boxes. He says the company's security guard told him the alarm was triggered Friday, the first day of the Easter long weekend.
He says he went down, he looked through the glass, it looked all clear, and he said he just went. And I was really upset. I thought you should have waited for the police and then gone inside to check it all.
Bean says he asked why the guard didn't inspect the vault more closely.
He said, I don't get enough money to go in, that's what he told me.
The company couldn't be reached for comment. Its website boasts of its precautions and shows photos of some of the initial security inside. It doesn't show the vault, but people who've been in there say there are 600 safety deposit boxes in various sizes. Police say between 60 and 70 were broken into.
If one or two of the diamond merchants have lost their stock, which would be kept there, then we could be looking into certain single millions, perhaps even to 10 plus million.
The police say it will take time to work out whose boxes were hit. Jerry Landon is one of the nervous people waiting to hear. He says he had hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of valuables in his.
Very hard to believe.
Can you give me a sense of what you kept in there?
Oh, it's loose diamonds and jewellery and some cash.
Hatton Garden has always been an obvious target for criminals. The businesses here know it. It's why they spend a lot of money and effort on security. The concern is this happened anyway, and it could prove to be, both in value and scale, the greatest crime this area has ever seen. Phil Black, CNN, London.
Tucked away in rural central Florida,
It's so quiet.
on some 200 acres of land,
You can walk around and you don't hear anything.
there's a special place where some special stars go to retire.
Come here, Susan.
This is the Ringling Brothers Center for Elephant Conservation, and it's here where some of the elephants from Ringling's traveling circus get to kick back and enjoy a slower pace.
How many elephants did you start off with here?
We started off with here, I want to say somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 8 or 9 elephants.
Today, 20 years after Kenneth Feld opened the center's doors, some 29 elephants call this place home.
We're an endangered species, Asian elephants, and they were always the symbol of Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey. And we knew if we didn't do something, maybe my grandchildren would never have the opportunity to see these incredible animals.
The Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey performing.
By 2018, 13 more will join the group after Ringling Brothers, owned by Feld's company, decided to phase out the elephants from their shows. The move comes after years of repeated criticism and lawsuits by animal rights groups. But Feld says the change is a result of the different laws regulating the use of elephants in each of the 115 cities the circus visits every year.
You can't operate any business, much less with animals, if you don't have consistency from city to city. It's a definite expense to be in litigation and to be fighting legislation. And, you know, there is a saying, and it's been around for a long time, you can't fight City Hall. And we found that to be the case in this situation.
At 69 years old, Mysore is the oldest elephant at the center.
Here you go, Mike.
The youngest is Mike. He was born here almost 2 years ago.
You're a little guy, but you're going to grow up to be a big guy, I think.
Living proof, Feld says, of just how successful they've been at breeding the elephants.
This is Alana, right?
This is Alana?
Yeah, Alana.
And this is Icky.
You could tell it's Alana. It's my daughter. She's so affectionate.
These two girls, initially show elephants, became the breeding program's first moms.
Their first offspring are 22 years old.
Icky and Alana will probably live out their lives here.
Absolutely.
Trudy Williams and her husband Jim help care for Alana and Icky and the rest of the group.
What is it like for you to be here every day?
Oh, it's awesome. Move up. Come here.
It's also a lot of hard work that includes doing stretching exercises with the gentle giants,
So that just kind of stretches her legs out good, gives her a good stretch. Move up.
walking them around the center,
We kind of have a path around those fields out there that we walk.
and of course, giving them plenty to drink.
Then they suck the water up into their trunk, and then she'll blow it into her mouth.
And when it's time to clean up, things can get messy.
Now she's getting ready to have a bath. So now you just want to rinse up on top of her head. Head down, Alana. All right, then you can just rinse the rest of her face. Alana, come here. Come here. Alana, foot. Good girl. Foot. Good girl. Steady. Alana, trunk. So you can like spray right in around her tusk. You want to spray in there and clean that out. She'll get a lot of dirt up in there. And then you can spray in her mouth and in her lip. Make sure you clean that out.
It turns out clean wasn't exactly on Alana's mind. Minutes after her bath, this happened. And once she was done playing in the sand, she went to another favorite spot where we caught her creatively scratching an itch. Trudy and Jim, meanwhile, are always nearby.
They just become like a best friend. You're around them so much and you build that relationship, and they have such a personality.
A relationship that allows them to get up close and personal, giving trainers and vets the opportunity to draw blood, do ultrasounds, and feed the animals.
Each elephant eats about 150 pounds of food a day. They eat some fruits and veggies, but most of their diet consists of hay. This is 21 tons of it, and it usually only lasts for about 10 days.
And none of this is cheap.
What's the average cost of caring for these elephants?
Each elephant costs over $65,000 a year, per year, for all the years of their life.
Building a legacy Feld hopes will keep the species alive for generations to come.
I always say it's sort of like Jurassic Park with a happy ending.
The following